Welcome to day 2 of the Zero to Payout Challenge. As you guys know, yesterday we ended up getting pretty much halfway through the accounts. Now, we kind of made a little bit more than what we were expected, which we did end up kind of breaking the 50% rule, but I quickly fixed that after the stream and pretty much got us down pretty much straight into 1,500 exactly. So today, pretty much the goal is make about $1,400 in profit and hopefully pass these accounts on day 2. All right. So today I'm going to be very picky with my setups, making sure that everything looks perfect. Now, yes, last night I did see a setup, so I ended up buying another account. So far I am holding 4. I ended up making about 1.5K exactly once again on my other account. So we have 4 accounts pretty much halfway done through the challenge. All right, guys. So today I'll be live trading these 3 accounts. This one is already green for the day, so I can't really touch this one. But for these 3 accounts, I'm looking to make about $1,400 this morning, and hopefully we are able to get a nice winning trade. All right, guys, that is the goal. Now, coming to market open, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am definitely gonna be, like I said, a lot more picky with my setups, a lot more patient. I'm gonna be making sure everything looks as perfect as it possibly could be, and whenever we get a setup, if we get a setup today, I'll go ahead and take it. If not, we'll be back tomorrow. All right, guys. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start up the live trading over here in the premium, and yeah, we go from there. But yeah, looking at the market today, honestly, not the best looking market just yet. Hopefully the market does prove me wrong, but so far, I'm not gonna lie, there is really not much that I'm really too interested in as of yet. All right, guys. But I mean, we can just give the market some time and then we'll just go from there. I did have more of a bearish bias starting throughout the Asia session, which I'll explain now. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what we can work with here. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to day 2 of the Zero to Payout Challenge, guys. Today is the day that pretty much gives us the answer of, do we pass these accounts today or do we have to trade another day? All right, guys. So fingers crossed, today is a good day. All right, guys, fingers crossed. All right, but let me go ahead and start with the screen share. Now, one thing I will tell you guys is, you guys know how yesterday I was kind of working around, well, I was trying to learn the prop firm a little bit more, you know, the broker a little bit more. I did practice a little bit last night, and I ended up seeing a pretty nice setup that I ended up taking for myself. Now, I'm not going to say I traded them on the accounts. I did not. Don't, you know, before you guys say that. But I ended up buying another account. You guys know I was planning on copy trading 5 accounts. But just because I didn't really feel too confident with my knowledge around the broker, I only did 3. You know what I mean? If I messed up, I only lost 3 accounts. And yesterday, yeah, we kind of messed up, but in a good way. All right. But yeah, I ended up buying 1 more account to take that setup. And now I'm up to 4 accounts. One of them is pretty much caught up with the other accounts. All right. So yeah, we have 4 accounts so far. I still have I have to buy 1 more. Maybe tonight I buy it. But our goal for today, guys, is pass the first 3 accounts that we bought, that we had set up for yesterday. All right, which are these accounts right here. All right, so today all we are aiming for is $1,430 in profits to go ahead and pass these accounts. That is all we need today. All right, so we are going to be making sure that we get the most perfect looking setup. I don't care if it takes us all day. I don't care if we have to stay cash today. If we have to come back tomorrow, so be it. If I see a setup that I'm just barely even questioning, I will not be taking it. All right. Because lately I have been noticing, I've actually been talking about this with my mentorship students. We talked about it yesterday. We were reviewing some trades, and we came to pretty much the agreement that we're going to start filtering out the weak looking trades. Although I do want to give you guys daily trades. Honestly, I don't want to be forcing out way too many trades. All right. So you know, going forward a little bit, especially for today and even this week, or maybe even this entire month, this upcoming month, I definitely want to be filtering out a lot more trades from my system, and I want to be giving you guys my complete best work. And obviously, with us only looking for the most perfect trades possible, obviously it will take a little bit more time for the setups to go ahead and form, for the levels, the actual good levels of liquidity to go ahead and get taken out, and you guys get the point. All right. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. Now, let me make sure that my YouTube is live here. Yeah, okay, starting in 8 seconds. Beautiful. I was about to say it's taking a little bit long there. All right, but yeah, let me go ahead and put out that I'm live over here on YouTube. Um, let me see if it starts here real quick. Let me see. There we go. Okay, we are live. Perfect. All right, I'm going to put it out that I'm live on YouTube real quick. There we go. All right. I'm going to put it out on the Discord real quick. But yeah, so far, guys, what we're going to be doing this morning, or at least for now, is not only do we have the 10 a.m. Red folder coming out very, very soon, in about 15 minutes from now, but we also need to kind of find a bias in the market. So far, we don't really have too much to work with, although it does look like we are pushing up right now and getting an IFEG off of this. Not only do we not have the best reading in the market, which obviously I just told you guys, I want to be making sure we have everything looking as perfect as possible. Well, we also have 10 a.m. news coming out. All right, so I don't want to be stuck in the trade in the in the last 10 minutes before the news comes out, just in case. Hold on, because I'm moving a lot here. Just in case the market chops up, we'll be stuck in the trade until the red folder comes out, and it'll be pretty much a gamble. All right, so we'll see what we can do here. All right, now, what I wanted to do, all right, is I wanted to make sure that you guys know how I literally just said I want to make sure that every setup looks as perfect as possible. Well, what I was reviewing it with my mentorship students last night, and we pretty much noticed that times where every single level of liquidity gets taken out in that direction, the chances of the trade to be like a reversal trade, or go the other way like a reversal, is super, super high. All right, so using that example for today, let's say that we have an internal high up here, and we have London and Asia up here, right? What has more of a chance of a reversal? Would it be this one or this one up here? Well, obviously it will be these two up here. All right, so that's what I mean by with us waiting for the perfect setup to go ahead and form. It might take a little bit longer, but at the end of the day, once the setup actually plays out, it'll be way more worth it than taking it off of this one right here. All right, so like I said, I personally want to start filtering out a little bit more trades from the markets to really give us a way more consistent win rate. And at the same time, actually, now that I'm looking at ES has a beautiful, and I mean beautiful, double top right here. Like, we rejected off of this exact same level of liquidity over at 573. So if we can manage to take that out first before we see any reversal, honestly, I'm fine with waiting for, waiting for it. But we'll have to see what the market gives us. Now, at 10 a.m., you guys do know that obviously we do have what is it, Jolt's opening coming out, so that is pretty volatile. So although this level might look pretty far, I'm talking about 140 points away. Technically, if the news does come out bullish, it's really not far away if you really think about it. All we need is one really bullish news, and we'll be there in pretty much no time. All right, guys. So yeah, I like it, bro. Trust me, bro. Everyone in the mentorship liked the idea. Because okay, look, think about it like this. Right? For the people that have been with me for more than 6 months, you guys know how about 6-ish months ago, we were averaging 2 to 3 trades a week, but those 2 to 3 trades a week were over 50 points, over 100 points, stuff like that. Now we're averaging. I was looking at my stats, or like the trades that I'm putting out, and I'm averaging 6, 7, 8 trades a week. I was asking myself, I'm like, where am I getting these trades from? Because back then, it wasn't that much, right? And I really thought about it, and I guess I'm not saying that it hasn't been working. Obviously, we've been having a lot more winning trades than losing trades, but the more trades I put out, obviously, the more losing trades that are bound to happen. All right, and obviously, I'm sure you guys don't like that, and it's not that I don't like it. Obviously, losing is a part of the game. You know what I mean? It's how you learn. But I was definitely a lot more consistent back then, and looking at the trades that I would take back then compared to now, it's just because back then I would be a lot more picky with my trades, and right now I would kind of, you know what I mean, put it out, a lot more. All right, so yeah, quality over quantity. All right, so in the next streams that you guys might notice, I'm still gonna be backtesting it. I'm still gonna be reviewing it with my students and all that stuff. But I want to start seeing how many more trades can we actually put out by us waiting for pretty much more confirmation behind the trades, rather than just like an internal sweep and that stuff. Usually those aren't even the best, because yeah, sometimes they do go green, but it's like what, like 25, 30, 35 points. You know what I mean? I want more. You know what I mean? I want 50 points. I want those trades to actually be paying out. Although we're doing less trades, less is more. You know what I mean? So I want to be focusing more on that in that case. All right, guys. So I'm going to be backtesting it still, but you know what I mean, for these next few weeks, so you guys might be noticing less trades, but way better looking trades. All right, so it's trades that we're gonna actually feel a lot more confidence in, and they could possibly pay a lot more. All right, guys. But yeah, so for today, in fact, we want to be waiting on the most perfect setup possible because today is a really really big day. All right, today is a really really big day because obviously you guys know we are halfway done with these accounts. So today it's either we pass them or we fail them. No in between. You guys know we are sizing aggressively with these accounts. Because obviously in order for me to get on the leaderboard, time is money, pretty much. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Anyways, so what we want to start looking for right now, I would say, is obviously we are still waiting on news to come out. It comes out in about 10 minutes. So for now, the whole game plan is kind of just waiting on news to come out, depending on what the news does, what reactions do we get off the levels, and based off the reaction and the momentum, that'll pretty much tell us what the trend wants to be. All right. So yeah, we'll see. So far, we just finished taking out this internal high. Obviously, nothing that I'm too interested in just yet. We did create a 5-minute fair value gap here, if I am not mistaken, right here. But the thing is that we have another fair value gap right down here, if I'm not mistaken. Once again, yeah. All right. So if we do want to look for an inverse going forward, if you want to wait for more confirmation for a better looking trade, I would obviously wait to see if we're able to obviously sweep this high up here, this internal high, right? It's a pretty strong one actually, because we don't have many internals today, this morning to work with. So it's either this one or this Asia high up here. Obviously, I would much rather prefer to take out this high up here, which is not only the highest point nearby, but it's also the strongest point nearby. All right, we haven't had a level like this, and we don't really get a level like this too often. All right, guys. So yeah, I really want to look to see if we could take out this high with Jolt's job opening. If it comes out bullish, we can easily see this high in no time. But obviously we need to see a reaction off of this level. We need to see if sellers want to gain control off of this and inverse these two fair value gaps, or do buyers have enough control to shoot us into this London and Asia high to then start expecting a reversal. All right, how many contracts did we trade yesterday? We did 2 minis. 2 minis. All right. Hey Blastoise, according to you, which months in a year are usually? Oh, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't base my trading off certain days or months. That doesn't really do anything. It's all based off news. I mean, how the economy is doing, how companies are doing. Is there war? God forbid, but stuff like that actually moves the markets. It's not, hey, today's August, 23rd. The day is bad. You know what I mean? It's not like that. Yeah, it's based on events. It's based off how the economy is doing and stuff like that. All right. Of course, of course. Thoughts on news? Well, it hasn't come out yet, so I can't really tell you what my thoughts are on it until it comes out. All right, now if the news does end up coming out bearish, because right now we are selling off of this inverse. I mean, off of this sweep right here, which is good because ideally I would look to take shorts off this. Right, it does look pretty good. I can't lie. We do have this London low below, and we also have some extra levels below like this. All right. Now, but I take it? Not yet. All right, I'm gonna be very very careful around this area for sure. Um, because I don't want to get caught up in the news. You guys know we are um we are doing 2 minis on Top Step to go ahead and kind of be aggressive with these accounts and kind of pass them to make sure we pass them today. So if we do 2 minis, we have very very small room for mistakes. And obviously with news, anything can happen. 1 second we could be as bearish as possible, and the next second we could be as bullish as possible. All right, so I'm not trying to do that. All right, what are your filters on Forex Factory? Make sure you have only USD and just show the gray, orange, and red folders. You don't need yellow folders. I'm only 1K away from passing the 5 evals. I'm 1.4K away from it. 1,400. Do you have a video on copy trading on Apex and how it works? No, but just search up how to copy trade on Apex. The first 5-minute video that you see, it will explain it just fine. Are you doing NQ or MNQ? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But me personally, I'm gonna be doing NQ just for today, just so I don't have to do 20 micros. I could just do 2 and it'll work. You know what I mean? We do limit orders. I will. Yeah. I'm gonna be doing limit orders today, just to make sure that you guys get the same feel as me. All right, because sometimes, you know what I mean, with news coming out or with it being too bullish or whatever the case may be, sometimes you guys get a very late fill and all that stuff, and I don't want that. All right, so I'm gonna be adding a little bit more risk to our alerts and our trades by doing limit orders. Um, you know what I mean, it could be good for you guys, because obviously we're all going to be getting the same entry, but the bad thing about it is we won't be really be waiting on our confirmation to make sure that the fair value gap is being held up or being inversed. All right, so it's more of an anticipation type of news, or not news, thing. All right, but as long as we're able to get the same entry, honestly, I'm kind of down to do it. You know what I mean? Regardless, even if we do inverse the fair value gap, I'll probably be taking it either way. So but yeah, let's see what we do. So far, we have 5 minutes left into this news. So whatever happens for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I probably will avoid it. I just need to make sure that we have a set momentum in the market. We need to make sure that we know what the market wants to do. And then going forward, we'll see. You know what I mean, so far I am definitely more bearish than bullish. And as much as I would want to take shorts, honestly, I'm gonna set out for the next 5 minutes or so because I don't want to be caught up in the news aftermath or during the news or before the news anticipation. I don't want to be caught in any of that. All right. So as much as shorts look super good, in fact, I'll probably just take it off of this 15-minute instead. You know what I mean? I guess it'll be a lot more safe to take. Because you guys know I do want to do a perfect setup. I don't want to be risking. I don't want anything to possibly happen while we're in the trade. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want the 15-minute fair value gap to hold this up. I don't want the 30-minute fair value, stuff like that. All right. New fair value gap got created. Well, I'm not going to be using that. I want to be using the complete last fair value gap. I'm going to make sure that we inverse every single fair value gap to the downside before we actually end up taking shorts, if we do end up taking shorts. All right. And that's what our mistakes would be. You know what I mean? Before, right? We will be taking these very early fair value gaps when we know that we have one below and maybe even a 15-minute one below. All right. And that's what would stop us out of the trades. All right. So, like I said, going forward, you guys might be looking at less trades, but more quality behind the trades. We're talking bigger price targets. We're talking more confident trades. We're talking a higher win rate, more consistent, and stuff like that. All right. But yeah, let's see. So far, news will be coming out in about 3 minutes and 20 seconds from now. So hopefully it's honestly, I'm fine with it being either bearish or bullish because regardless, if it's bearish, we can get an entry off of this 15-minute fair value gap. If it's bullish, we can take out liquidity on both ES and NQ. All right. So either way, we will get a pretty good read in the market. All right. So we'll see what we can work with. We'll see what we can work with. To minis, yeah. Now that's my sizing. You don't have to do too minis. Me personally, I just want to play as aggressive as I can, to make sure that I pass these accounts by today. All right. I definitely want to pass these accounts by today. So tomorrow we are back on the XFAs and we go from there. What's your stop loss with two minis? It's either take profit or the account blown. How many accounts am I trading? Today I'm going to be doing 3. So far I am holding 4, but I did take a trade overnight, which made me 1.5K on another account. So yeah, we have 4 accounts pretty much halfway done. But today I'm going to be doing 3 accounts. What time frame are we on? On the 15 minutes. Well, it's on the screen, bro. We're on the 15-minute time frame. So I know we do have some 5-minute fair value gaps below. We have, in fact, 2 fair value gaps here. I just want to make sure that every single fair value gap gets inversed if we do end up selling off. And I also want to make sure that this 15-minute fair value gap gets inversed as well so we can target this London low. All right. And I feel like this should be just enough for us to pass these accounts. All right. Is this an A+ setup because it is an internal? That's the thing. Right? It does look good. Don't get me wrong. We are seeing a pretty valid reaction, so it could definitely work out. But it can definitely look a lot better if news came out bullish and we saw this high up here. Now, can this one still work out? Yeah. All right. So yeah, honestly, I would still take this setup. But it could definitely look a lot better if we shoot a little bit higher. But we have a long way to go to the upside. So it all comes down to the news, right? Do we see 140 or 130 points, or you know what I mean? Do we sell off? All right. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. David, can you see the YouTube chat? I can. It seems to be a 5-minute delay. I put it to a 5-minute delay. All right, but yeah, so far we are kind of selling off. So news is coming out in about 45 seconds. Just in case I do want to get this alert ready, just in case I do end up entering here. Um, news coming out in about 15 seconds from now. Now, like I said, as much as I would want to enter off of right, I would set limit orders at 4:30. Let's see what this news comes out. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a news coming out. Now, as much as I want to set limit orders here, I don't know how risky it'll be because it will have to be too many here. But let's see what the news does. Let's see what the news does if it comes out bearish or bullish. Because I'm just scared that we sell off because usually that's what happens and we pump back up. And that can really put us in a bad spot with these funded accounts. So the question here is how the news come out? Because I do want to set limit orders down here so we all get the same entry off of 4:30. And we just enter off that. Yeah, so far it seems like news came out kind of like neutral. As I say neutral? Yeah, around there. Nothing really came out. So we got to see how the momentum kicks in. We got to see how we react off of these fair value gaps that we have to the downside. And if the real question is can we actually hold down below this 538 level to give us that bearish bias to then target this low and possibly even lower all the way down into 257. All right, so that's what we want to see so far. So if we start seeing a lot of selling kicking in, if we're able to hold below this low, this high up here, all right, I would be setting limit orders at 430. All right, that's what I want to see. But if obviously buyers are looking really, really strong, we will just wait for maybe a little bit later for today or maybe for the PM session until we take out these two highs, and then we'll have a way more bearish bias. All right. Yeah, so far it's all about the patience. We do still have room to go higher. I would say about 100 points on the dot until we see this high up here. Yeah, about 110 points. So it's either we show weakness around here, it would have to be below 538 to then take shorts below 430, or we show strength and we take out this high up here and then we go right back down. All right. Yeah, ES on the other hand is actually looking a little bit weaker than Q. So if anything, ES does see the price targets beforehand. So we need to pay attention to ES as well. But at the same time, guys, honestly, I don't think the news the news didn't come out either bullish or bearish. I think it came out kind of like priced in already. It came in lower. How lower did it come in though? Because honestly, we're not really moving anything, whether it was bullish or bearish. Yeah, bro, that double top on ES will be beautiful. If we can see this, honestly, it does look like it's pretty far away. It's about 20 points away on ES, which is kind of a lot. I'm not gonna lie, 22 points. But I was hoping the news came out as bullish as possible to go ahead and take that out, but it came kind of priced in already. It's not like anything really happened here in the markets. It was priced in, yeah, probably. So I guess we're gonna have to kind of rely on just pure price action for the rest of the day, unless we chop out or whatever. But we'll see. far, it looks like buyers are kind of struggling to break above this high. So it's either we break it or we just show complete weakness into these shorts down here. But like I said, I would way much. I I would rather have us take out this Asia high, just so we have that really good bias in the market. I don't really care about waiting for longer. I don't really mind. As long as we pass these combines by today, I'll be happy with it. All right. But we'll see. I'm gonna give the market some more time to see actually what type of reaction we get off of this level. Maybe you get a green to red flip on the 15-minute time frame. Who knows? Who knows? All right. But it's all about waiting for it to pretty much just come out first. Is the double top a good sign? Well, it's not really that is a good sign. But it just shows us that we have a lot of respect on that level, meaning that we rejected. This is where sellers are usually bound to step in from what we know with recent price data in a way. All right. So if we're able to sweep this level, it would be literally perfect. I mean, not only are we sweeping a very strong level of liquidity, but we're also pretty much sweeping one of the complete tops in the market here. All right, we don't really have anything else above. All right, so if we take out this level, it will pretty much be perfect. All right, so hopefully buyers are strong enough to go ahead and take out this level. We finally broke above this selling wall that we had here. We were kind of struggling to break above it. Now that we broke above, we're getting more of a spike here. All right, so hopefully this spike is just enough for us to see up this high up here. Go ahead and take that out, and then we go from there. All right. Have you ever figured out how to sell if news is bullish or bearish? I don't really care if news comes out bullish or bearish. It's pretty much what the investors in the markets are liking based off the news. There's been times that I've literally seen it myself where news comes out as bullish as possible, and investors they don't like that, and they actually end up making the market sell off. Let's use Tesla recently for example. Earnings came out horrible. Tesla was losing a shit ton of money, but with the market selling off like crazy, investors saw that as a buying opportunity and actually bought up Tesla like crazy. All right. So I don't really care if news comes out bullish or bearish. I just care based off how the market reacts from it. All right. That's pretty much all I look for. But yeah, anyways, we are pushing up a pretty fair amount here. So hopefully we're able to see this high very soon. We're not too far away from it. We're about 36 points away from it. Yeah, 35 points away from it. And yes, on the other hand, we're getting very close to this high up here, which I'm not gonna lie, is pretty surprising. I wasn't expecting this much in this little time. But like I said, we're waiting for that perfect setup to make sure that we get these accounts funded as safe and as secure as possible. All right. And I don't know why I'm saying as safe as possible if I'm doing two minis, but you guys get the point. We're just waiting for that really good setup. Why didn't we take long from the fair value gap? Because there's nothing there, bro. You're saying that hindsight, but obviously during the time of the fair value gap, you know what I mean, there was really nothing that we could have taken there, especially with the news coming out. There was nothing good there. There was no read. There was nothing. It's just a spike in the market. What risk approach are you gonna take when you pass these evals? Well, obviously, I'm gonna be making a buffer. I'm gonna be building a buffer behind these accounts. So I'm gonna be sticking to about 5 micros on the XFAs until I make about maybe $1,500, and then I'm gonna start moving it to 7 micros to like maybe 2K, 2.5K, and I'm gonna start doing 10 micros, and then going forward, you know what I mean? I just stick to 10-ish micros around there. All right. Yeah, I know there's a scaling plan. I'm pretty sure you just can't. For the first $1,000, I think you can't do any more than 2 minis. I could be wrong. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it was. From what I remember when I had my previous XFAs from like ages ago, the scaling plan was like the first $1,000 in the account you can't do any more than 2 minis, and then any $500 more that you make, it's like 500 extra, or 1 mini extra, I think. Do you think you'd enjoy? Oh, good question, actually. Um, Okay, wait. Let me catch up with everything else in the first. Um, so how can we follow with Apex? Oh, you could just follow the same trades. They're kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? Obviously, Apex has a little bit of different rules, but as long as you're making money, you're getting closer to that passing goal. If not for news, would you consider the 645 low a sweep plus an IFG for longs? No, because we actually ended up taking this out at 6 a.m. So this level is no longer pretty valid. Going into the New York session, so you can see right here, we didn't really get a sweep anymore. It didn't really work out too much. Wait, Bass, are you on 50Ks? I am. All right, but someone asked here, do you think you'd enjoy trading more or less if you never started streaming? Um, honestly, one thing I will say is trading is a very, 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 very lonely career. Um, so if it isn't for a community, I probably won't have as much fun behind trading. You guys know usually sometimes we get off topic, we have fun, you know what I mean, stuff like that. We talk while we wait for the setups. But it's kind of like a 50-50. There are times, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, where I don't enjoy trading. Because it's too much stress from the chat. You know what I mean? Sometimes I go on these small losing streaks, 2, 3 losing streaks or whatever, and it puts pressure on me, which I don't like because obviously it ruins my confidence behind the trades. Because me personally, I'm totally fine taking losses any day of the week. I don't care if I lose because that's part of the game. All right. I just don't like seeing you guys lose because you guys are following my ideas. And if my ideas don't work out, that means that you guys are losing your hard-earned money. All right. And obviously I don't like the idea of that. Um, so yeah, in a way, I like streaming because obviously I'm able to talk to you guys and constantly be like working and working and working and working. Um, I mean, I enjoy what I do, but at the same times, there are those moments where I don't like trading or I kind of just want to do it by myself. Because the chat maybe it's too much pressure or the losing streaks get to me and stuff like that. All right, so yeah, it's a 50-50. 50-50. You know what I mean? But when we are on these winning streaks, you know what I mean. The first thing I look for every single morning is, all right, let's start up the live. You know what I mean? That is one thing that I really do enjoy doing. If I'm not mistaken, we did end up taking out this another internal up here. I don't think it's enough for me to really be super bearish. I did want to see this Asia high get taken out first. Maybe we're just getting a pullback here in the market. Fingers crossed, because I really want to take out a fair value gap. Or I mean, the deal up here. I don't want to take anything else beforehand. Well, of course, bro. I got you, bro. Will you still take the IFG down if we push up so high? Well, if we push up even higher, we're probably going to create a fair value gap to the upside. The volume doesn't look too bad as of right now. I mean, it looks tradable. It's slow, but it's tradable. I mean, remember, guys, all we need today is 137-point trade. We're getting 60-point candles, so I'm sure we can get it. Let me see. So when you pass the accounts, you will size in a PA5 micros? Yes. That is my plan. So I want to be risking about $200 per trade to make about 300 or 400 or maybe even more. What did your family first think of your career being trading? Honestly, they kind of supported me. They didn't really care. I mean, you guys got to keep in mind I was 15. So I'm not going to lie, I had time. You know what I mean? I had time to fuck up, which I did. I did for 2 years nonstop. But eventually I ended up getting kind of the flow behind it, and here I am today. At 19 years old, pretty much streaming to right now 650 people. So yeah. See, at the end of the day, you aren't obligated to trade every day. We're here to learn. Yes, hanging out is dope, but I want to be here every day. So don't bring yourself out. Well, regardless of what I do, there's been times where I've burnt myself out, especially in trading. Mentally, it's really fucking hard. Um, but I feel like my worst burnouts come from the losing streaks. Like, you guys know, typically let's say for example we have a 1 month winning streak or a 15-day winning streak, and I take 2 losses. That's when I start getting in my head, you know what I mean, stuff like that, which will happen. You know what I mean, we're not going to be winning forever. You know what I mean, it's not only going to be wins. And if you guys are here for only wins, I mean, it's something else. But yeah, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Nah, I'm not even gonna say it. Never mind. But yeah, don't worry, bro. And trust me, bro. Look, if you guys do feel burnt out, there is nothing wrong. You guys don't have to show up in the markets every day. The markets are not gonna go anywhere. If you don't trade for one day, it's not the end of the world. All right. So if you guys aren't feeling it, or you have a gut feeling that today is not your day, you guys can stay cash and go enjoy your day. There's nothing wrong with that. Will you trade two minis again? Yeah. Today I'm trying to trade two minis. I'm trying to pass these accounts as soon as possible and as secure as possible. Bro, McNasty, bro. And I was grinding evals. I was trying to pass them quick. Well, I don't like staying on evals for too long, guys, because obviously my job is to be making money out of the markets. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be stuck on an eval for a whole month straight because I have bills to pay. You know what I mean? So it's find an A plus 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 setup, size heavy, know the risk behind it, and pretty much try to pass that account. You know what I mean? What bills? Dude, I have car payments. I help with rent, and I want to go out. You know what I mean? Oh, finally, bro. I just read your chat, bro. Finally. Miami is the bill. That's what I'm saying, bro. Dude, parking here is fucking $20 an hour. You know what I mean? So we got some stuff to do. You know what I mean? Let me see. I'm starting to stay cash on every Friday because I tend to lose more often that day. Honestly, you know, I don't agree with you. I'm not saying that I lose on Fridays. But honestly, it feels like okay. If we did amazing from Monday to Thursday, why would I risk giving back on a Friday when I'm already green for the week and possibly go red into the weekend, have a bad weekend, and come into a Monday super tilted? So honestly, for me, although Fridays are pretty good most of the times, I personally like staying cash as well. Yeah, exactly. And it sucks just going to the weekend. Let's say, for example, you have a red day. It just sucks, dude. So usually what I tend to do is if I'm green on Monday to Thursday, a pretty good amount, honestly, I just take it. I just get off. Bro, there's too much chats going on, bro. I can't read all of them. Are you trading Apex off screen? I am. Yes, I am. I'm trying to secure that payout over on Apex as well. I already have all the days counted, but I want to request a really really big payout. I kind of want to request at the same time as Top Step, so if we get some extra trades, that's some extra money there. Them questions, what happens when you get filled at two different price entries? It's going to average out, so it's going to get the middle of those two numbers and just average it out there. All right, so it will just give you a better average, but it doesn't really mean anything. Why don't you max out your Apex accounts? They are maxed out. I have 20. I just don't use them all. Because I like the idea of having reserves. So if anything bad were to happen, which God forbid, I always have something to fall back on. How much are you losing if price hits your stop loss on Top Step? I blow the accounts. It's either I pass these accounts or I blow them. Like I said, I don't. If I have to restart, I will do it. You know what I mean? With no stress. I did tell you guys what we are risking at the beginning of the challenge. For the combines, we are doing two minis, so it's either we pass these accounts in two trades or we fill them in one. If you guys don't like that, then obviously you guys can always size less. This is just what I'm doing myself. All right, I'm simply just journaling my challenge journey thing. Let me see. If you take 5 contracts, let's say you get one loss, will you jump into another trade, or are you gonna be the same size? Yeah, I'll just do same size, same size. Do you think we see the Asia and London high? Well, hopefully, that's what we're waiting on. So hopefully, bro. How many points are you looking for today? I am looking for about 35 points. I need to make today I need to make $1,430 on the accounts. As you can see right here, we are currently at 51,556. So we need to get this to 53,000. Doesn't have to be today, but I prefer it to be today. So yeah, like 35 points or so. 35 points. Yeah, so far we're just waiting on this high to get taken out. That's all I want. That's how we get the perfect breed. How many cons do you trade? I usually do 7 to 10, but for combines, I usually always take them really, really aggressively. So I'm doing 2 minis for combines, and I'll just do 5 micros for the X phase. Since each trade we're risking 1,500, let's say we take 1L, even though the other account's not liquidated, just move on to the other eval. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, guys, they're evals. So it's not the end of the world if you blow them. You know what I mean? You could always just try again. No, they're still evals. They're still evals. If I earn a little over 1,500, do I break the 50% rule on MFF? Oh, I don't know about MFF. Top Step apparently allows, or not apparently, they allow a buffer. So I'm pretty sure you have like $100 buffer above 1500 that they'll still count it as a day, or like the 50% rule or whatever. I spent 1600 on Apex. Honestly, bro, I've spent more, and all it takes is one payout on one account, literally one account to pretty much make everything back. So think of that 1600 as you investing into like education. Obviously, I hope you're learning from your losses and not just just brushing them off, because I mean that's how we learn. I asked them. They said $100 is too much for buffer. Well, actually, I asked them yesterday, and they told me $100 is just in the buffer goal. Because yesterday I made $66 extra, and they said that it was fine. They said it's fine up to $100. So I don't know. I don't know. I did get a 2K payout. Then got 5 PAs to before blowing them all. But bro, you can always get that back, bro. Look, if you can get a one payout, you can get a million other payouts. You know what I mean? What do you think about the small 5 minute fair value gaps? We don't have anything up here. We only have to work with kind of these two down here and this 15-minute fair value gap, which is kind of the one that I want to inverse here. The thing is I'm kind of waiting for more of a sweep in the markets. I'm really hoping that we are able to take out 631 before we go down. I don't care if it takes us all day to take it out. It will give us that security behind the trade that will tell us, hey, we're actually going to go down going forward. We don't have any levels above that we want to go ahead and take out. You know what I mean? Because let's say, for example, we sell off now. There's still a chance that we can still continue going back up. You know what I mean? So yeah. What's the recommended amount? Start with the live account. You could do like $1,000. That works pretty well. Yeah, $1,000 is like I would say the minimum. But usually if someone were to ask me about the recommendation, I would say like 5K. 5K is pretty good. You have a good amount of size to make good money out of the trades, and you can start actually like affording losing trades. Apex never tried to move you to live. No, actually, no. I never got any emails. I never got anything. But I did do my research on the Apex Discord, and apparently they rarely do live accounts on Apex. But yeah, what's good? What's good, Krabby? What's up? What's up? Let me see. I've done 1K on off PAs today and $900 yesterday. Does that mean I can't? Well, what do you mean PAs? PAs is past accounts. If you're talking about evals, then you should be good. If you're on Top Step and you're doing evals, you should be pretty good, honestly. How many evals did you blow for your first goal? For my first goal, I think 20 accounts or so around there. But I never got the payoff from that one. But I did pass it though. I did pass it. You consider the London low being this 9 a.m. Yeah. Remember, New York opens up at 9:30. And by the way, guys, we are selling off really strong off of this internal high. So we are getting a pretty valid reaction. We are also below this previous drawn liquidity right down here. Right here. So honestly, with the selling coming in, with this pressure coming in, honestly, it does not look too bad to inverse this 15-minute fair value gap, and we could probably trade this into the London low, and hopefully get these XFAs pretty much one and done. All right. Are we looking to take the setup when I get to entry, or does it look off? It looks pretty good. Honestly, I would kind of want to wait a little bit more for the markets, to kind of spark up, a little bit more selling, because obviously this is the first selling candle that we've had on the 5-minute time frame. I mean, on the 15-minute time frame. So I want to make sure that sellers are actually in momentum and that this is just not a pullback, because realistically, we haven't even formed the MSS model, right? So this could just be a simple selling candle and we push right back up to the Asia high. All right. Shall we try limit? I'm going to do limit today. That's exactly what I'm doing. I am, Harry. I am. I'm going to take it on both. ES has 3 consecutive red candles. Yeah, ES is actually approaching this 15-minute fair value gap. So I'm really hoping NQ is able to inverse it before we see this London low on ES. Because obviously, I'm not trying to take shorts when ES already took out the price target. You know what I mean? What do you think about the 8 a.m. pre-market that RP talks about? Well, it doesn't have to be at 8 a.m. exactly. You know what I mean? Sometimes the market does it a little bit earlier. Sometimes the market does it a little bit later. So I don't really have a say behind it, because obviously I'm knocked out at 8 a.m. I'm sleeping, so I don't know what the market does. I don't know how it moves. I don't know how it does anything, so I wouldn't know. why do ES and NQ relate to each other? Because ES is the S&P 500 and NQ is Nasdaq, and both of them hold the top companies in the world like Apple and stuff like that. All right, so obviously if all the stocks are going down, then Nasdaq and ES are bound to go down at the same time. All right, now they don't always follow each other because obviously there's a few companies that aren't listed on both of them. So there'll be times where ES is looking weaker than NQ, and there'll be times where NQ is weaker than ES. All right, so for example, right now, ES is a little bit weaker than NQ. As you can see, we are inside of this 15-minute fair value gap, when NQ on the other hand is actually missing it by like 30 points. All right, so if anything, honestly, I would probably rather take shorts off. I don't know, because we could take shorts off of ES and look to target this down here if ES is weaker than NQ. But the problem is that if ES goes lower, we can bounce off of this NQ bullish fair value gap. Now, if ES goes lower and we take the inverse off of NQ right here, we have a chance at looking at this London low before we inverse the fair value gap. All right. So yeah, muted. All right, here. Let me not can hear him. Okay, let me restart the stream real quick. Hold up. Okay. Let me know. Let me know if this is better. Now you're good. All right. Cool. Cool. All right. Bet. But yeah, what I was saying is I want to see if ES is able to inverse this fair value gap here. I might want to take that instead, honestly, because ES is looking very, very weak here. The 5-minute looks really good. It looks pretty promising. 14 points. So yeah. Not talking. Okay, let me restart the stream. Hold on. Okay. I don't know. Sometimes Discord bugs out and it just mutes the mic for some reason. But let me know. Let me know if it's way better now. Now I can. Okay, perfect. I just have to leave and join back. Okay, cool, cool. Anyways, but yeah, I want to see what we do based off. Honestly, I kind of want to lean more towards ES in this way. How many? Okay, yeah. Let me do the math here. So if we do. Let's say we do ES, right? How many contracts would we have to do? How many points would we have to see? So it's S&P 500. Let me make sure. Yeah, there you go. So let's say we do like 1500. If we see like 10 points with, let's say, 2 minis, that's $1,000. So if anything, if we take 3 minis for 10 points, that's 1500. That's if we take ES. I don't know if I want to do ES or NQ because ES does look a lot weaker than NQ does. But that means that we have to do 3 minis to target 10 points, which honestly is pretty doable. But yeah, ES is selling off a little bit more than NQ is. Now, the only problem that I'm worried about is, let me see how much these candles are averaging out. If they're averaging out like 10 points, then we can definitely work with it. Because the problem is if we wait for NQ to inverse this 15-minute fair value gap, there's a chance that ES already sold off enough to take out this London low down here. That's the problem. That's the only thing I'm kind of worried about. But honestly, a part of me wants to take ES instead. Let me kind of just set this here just in case. Because we would pretty much have to hit the price target at the London low. So honestly, guys, I might just look forward to taking ES instead. Stop loss, it'll be like 6 points around there. It's just ES looks a little bit weaker than NQ, and if we're able to catch it while it's selling off, we're pretty much able to see this London low fairly quick, I would say. So it's pretty reasonable. And I'll just do, if I do end up taking it, I'll just do 3 minis instead. So let me get Top Step ready here. So market would be, can we switch it up here? Yeah, ES 25, and then 3 here. Go over to the 15-minute. Yeah, the selling does look pretty good, I would have to say. It's just NQ is taking way too long to see this inverse down here, or even this fair value gap tap. So I would way more, rather just look at ES instead. Wait, these aren't even levels. There you go. Do you still have your Apex account? I do. Yes. I'm doing both. Are we taking a trade on yes? Yes. What does SMT stand for? It's just a divergence in the market. So sometimes NQ could be bullish when ES is bearish, or vice versa. That's an SMT model right there. You want to trade 3 ES minis? Yes. So it will take about 10 points. So pretty much from our entry point, it will have to hit the London low, and we would pretty much pass these accounts. That's what I would want to see. Now, hopefully we are still able to hold down the selling pressure really, really nice. If anything, we could see a 5-minute retracement into a bearish rally gap for a continuation model, and then we just take it off the 15-minute inverse. It will just give us that extra confirmation. So I mean this right here. So we have a bearish 5-minute fair value gap here. If we can see a retracement into it, something like this, we could take the inverse off this one right here, and then we could look to take it into this London low and pretty much just pass the accounts. Are we selling limit orders now? I want to wait for a little bit more selling before I do place them. But if I do place them, it will be at 532.50. All right, but yeah, we are currently inside of this 5-minute bearish rally gap, so hopefully we're able to get a really, really nice rejection off of it to go ahead and see how this ends up playing out here. All right, so what I would want to see once again, guys, is for the setup to look as perfect as possible with as many confirmations as we can get. We retrace into this 5-minute fair value gap, this bearish one. We reject off preferably the midpoint, or right now, in fact, right? We flip this candle from green to red. We get enough selling pressure to go ahead and inverse this 15-minute fair value gap with really, really good volume, and then we look to place our limit orders at 5,532.50 and look to target 521.50, which is the London low. All right, for about 10 points. So yeah, that is currently what we are looking for. Any trades today? Not yet. We are looking for some right now. But yeah, NQ on the other hand doesn't look that weak. So actually, I'm kind of glad we're looking to take ES instead. We just need to make sure that this retracement right here actually holds down from green to red. If not, then it's going to take some extra time for us to actually see this IFG actually play out. If it doesn't end up playing out. Yeah, we know that it's just we're not looking at NQ because it just looks a little bit too strong buying wise. We need to make sure that the markets look weak. And what's the weakest one that we have so far? Well, it's actually ES. Guys, please, if I want to get 15 contracts on Q, just do like 2 minis. Or you could just use this right here. Thank you. Continuation off the midpoint. How big is this gap here? 57. Damn, this does not look like a 57-point gap. But yeah, if we can get a rejection off both ES and NQ into this IFEG, we can pretty much see this London low fairly quick. We just need to make sure that we get a very, very strong flip, because if not, I'm not taking it. Now, if you inverse this fair value gap, I wouldn't be too worried just yet. For the sub to, for the buys to not be bearish, because if we right now what we're doing, guys, is obviously on the smarter time frame we have a bearish trend. We just need to make sure that the market pulls back just a little bit to create that lower high, and if we reject back down into this low right here, we'll create a lower low. Once we create that lower low, it will confirm that the trend is bearish off of the DOL sweep, so the MSS model pretty much. And if we're able to inverse this 15-minute fair value gap, we should be pretty good to go. All right, but on the 15-minute time frame, the bias is still pretty bullish, right? So no entries from me just yet. I am still pretty much just waiting for it, but I do want to see what ES is able to do off of this gap. But like I said, if we do end up pulling back up, don't be too worried for the sub to be messed up. But it will just take a little bit more time for it to actually end up playing out. All right, guys. Yeah, NQ just inversed it, but keep in mind NQ is the stronger one. So ES is still inside of this 5-minute bullish rally. I mean bearish rally gap. 3 minutes per account, yes. What's the regular size on ES? Usually 2 minis around there. So I'm just doing an extra mini. Is that NQ just today doesn't look too friendly to the downside. That's what I want to say. And like I said, I would much rather us wait and see if we could take out 631 before we take shorts. But if we're not gonna trade around that level and we have a pretty good looking setup, I would also take that as well. But honestly, a part of me wants to kind of just see if buyers are strong enough to push us back up into the highs and take out 631 before we take shorts, because that would just make the setup as perfect as possible, actually. And like I said, I want to start filtering out my trades and start giving you guys less trades, but more quality behind them. All right. And right now it does look good. Don't get me wrong, which is why I do want to take shorts below this IFEG down here. But I would much rather take out these highs up here and not have to worry about them later on. You know what I mean? So if we do have to push up about 23 points or so, we can wait it out. We can come back PM session if we have to, and we just take the trade then. All right. But right now it's that the market is kind of just doing its own thing. So yeah, we'll see. And we also did end up creating a fair value gap here. Not bad, not bad. But yeah, so far we're kind of just waiting here in the market just to have a secure bias. So far, nothing. Let's see, a reversal of 631 would be perfect. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It will be literally the most perfect reversal we can possibly get. You know what I mean? And that's what I want. So if we have to wait that extra 30 minutes to an hour, maybe 2-3 hours, so be it. You know what I mean? But yeah, ES never ended up holding up this bearish rally gap, so I guess we're gonna have to wait for more of a pullback to the downside. All right, and for more of a secure trend here, because on the 15-minute time frame we're still not bearish, and I want to make sure that the higher time frames are aligned with our setup. All right, so yeah, so far no entry from me just yet. What account size? Wait, what? Oh yeah, bro. Dude, I was reviewing it with my. Yeah, bro. Do you know how much? Oh, you're asking Krabby there. Yeah, what do you mean? No, I'm doing too many. Cause I'm on comments. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I mean, dude, I'm just trying to pass these. But if it wasn't for that 50%, yeah, I would have been had these accounts passed. But I have to trade another day on evals. So that's that. Yeah, yeah, dude. I'm really hoping we can take out these highs up here, bro. I don't care how long it takes, as long as we're able to take out this double top on ES, bro. Dude, that'll be beautiful. If anything, we could take it off the 5-minute instead. 5 minute does look pretty good. Now I don't know if I still want to stick to ES or NQ. Because both look just as good. I just want to make sure that before I look for any setup, I just want to make sure that we take out this high first. So I do want to make sure that we just wait for that. Anytime, I'm just gonna. Yo, Carby, do you know the Sam Millsap guy, the guy with the buzz cut? Dude, he made a video about trading. He's like, he's like, oh, it doesn't work. It's a piece of shit, bro. Dude, I commented, just put the course in the bag, and bro, everyone started commenting the same thing, and he took down the video, bro. He took it down, bro. You should have told us to spam it. Nah, people were spamming it enough. He took that shit down quick, bro. Like an hour in. It's just look, I get people don't, you know what I mean, don't might not agree with trading, but the way he was saying is like nah, bro, don't even think about doing it. It's literally a waste of time. Put your skill into selling stuff for other people that people need. Like, bro, come on now. Not everyone's gonna be a course seller, bro. And not everyone wants to have someone on them. You know what I mean? Like I have to say, if you're gonna sell courses, not a bad idea. I mean, like it makes money to be fair. Now it doesn't have the best rep in the community, obviously. But look, if you're gonna sell courses, you're kind of like, how do I say this? You're stuck to someone. You know what I mean? Like you have to do what they say. What's up, KP? What's up? What's up? Like you're selling that service, you have to be kind of with them in a way, if that makes sense. With trading, some people just want to be their own boss. People don't want to have to deal with other people and their BS and stuff. And you know what I mean? That's when trading works. So yeah, like yeah, I agree. If some people don't want to agree with trading, that's fine. I don't care. But don't try to let other people down. And be like, oh no, don't waste your time on that skill. It's literally a waste of time. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Post up, KP. What's going on, bro? We got some order blocks. I don't trade order blocks. I'm really hoping that ES can shoot up into this high up here. 10 more points. One more buying candle into ES, and we should be good for that sweep, bro. This is all, guys. All I want for today is this high sweep, and that's it. But Cruz, he bashes everything, bro. Literally everything. If you don't do Section 8, then he bashes it. Let me see. I like to trade on ES M5, but my stop loss would be 4 to 5 points. Would you recommend? Yeah, 4 to 5 points. That's fine. That's fine. You'll be risking the same amount that you're probably risking on NQ. I use Tradevate and StopStep, but my Tradevate 1.4, my PA. Were there any for payout? Well, what accounts do you have, and on what firm? Oh, you use StopStep. Okay, yeah. So what account do you have? And remember, PA is a past account, not an eval account. All right. So on an eval account, you can make more than 1,500 for 2 days, and on the PA account, there's no limit. So if you knew price wanted to take out the Asia high, why didn't we just take the rejection off the fair value gap? Because there's not enough confirmation. Do you think 2 micros on a PA 50K counts too little? In a way, yeah. I feel like it is. I don't feel like you'll make too much. PA have blown a good amount. No, I know PA stands for performance account. What I'm trying to say is PA is a past account. Because he's saying PA as in like I think in combines. He might be getting confused. Oh, it's a past 50K account. I never had a payout. I'm up 1.4K. So if you're on Top Step, as long as you make $200 or more for 5 days, not in a row, but just total, you can request 50% of whatever you made total on the account. So if you made, let's say for example, the account is you've traded 5 days already, you made $200 every single day, for those 5 days, and the account is currently up 1.4K, you can request a max of $700 on that account. Now, if you're not happy with that, obviously you can make a little bit more and request that extra amount if you make it, or you can request $700 right now if you traded those 5 days and you are currently up 1.4K. I'm thinking about becoming a guru just because, bro. Honestly, bro, surprisingly, it's pretty easy. It's not that hard. I mean, Tradevate. You meant bro? You're saying top step, then Tradevate, then top step. Okay, on top step, you have to hit a profit goal. So if you're on a 50K account, you have to hit $53,600 to request a payout. Is 4 to 6 micros to 1 mini gut sizing for? Yeah, it is. It is. Anything less than 1 mini is pretty good. I would limit it at 1 mini. How long do you have the discount off? I would say as long as it's up. It's up. I don't know. I don't know how long I'll have it up for. What are the does Top Step have? Okay, so on combines or evals, as we all call it, they have a 50% rule, meaning that you can't pass an eval in 1 day. The minimum you can pass them is 2 days. So you can only limit yourself to $1,500 per day. All right, that's on a 50K account. Now for the XFAs, the past accounts, as long as I don't think there's any rules. There's no rules on the XFAs, right? I don't think there is. All I know is you can request 50% of what you make after 5 days if you make $200 per day. And you just the max you can request is 5K. That's about it. Will you come back tomorrow if you don't see a setup? Of course, bro. This is my job. But other than that, I think there's no other rules for Top Step in terms of payouts. No, there's no 50% share with Top Step. I'm pretty sure you keep everything. I think. I'm pretty sure it's 100%, right? It's 50%. No, it's 50% of your balance. You don't pay that to Top Step. Oh, so it's a 90-10 split. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's a 90-10 split. So if you request $1,000, you keep 900. It was good, bro. What's going on? Welcome back, bro. Welcome back. Okay, so it's 100% of your payout until $10,000 requested, and then 90%. Ah, okay, that makes more sense. Also, they don't really take some of the profits. They just don't pay you that extra amount. David, Top Step Live combines. Oh yeah, it does. It does combine it. I'm pretty sure. It'll be wrong if they don't. Oh yeah, the 30 non-consecutive. No. The 30 non-consecutive rule is to request 100% of your payout. But if you request 100% of your payout, that just means that you don't that you pretty much like they blow the account up after you request everything. My country's not eligible for Top Step. No, don't use a VPN. They'll probably catch on. Just use another firm. It'll be easier and less of a headache. TradeRate is a broker. It's not a firm. So there's no rules on TradeRate. It's just, you just buy and sell. I've always been confused. But how come PAs are simulation, but you get paid off them? Because the firm themselves, they're paying you. So the way it works is like a bunch of people, I'm talking maybe millions of people, are paying $50 a month to the firm, right? And the firm is keeping 100% of that money. All right. On top of that, you also pay the activation fee per account, right? Which is more than $100, maybe $150, maybe $200, right? You're paying that firm 100% of the money. All right. So they're making a lot of money from you. Now, a lot of people are able to buy evals. A lot of people, probably gamble the evals and they get it into the PA account, right? Which they're paying Top Step or Apex or whatever firm you're using, right? But not many people are able to get the payouts because obviously bad habits or not experiencing the market, not enough experience in the markets, or just a million other things that can take place, right? So if you fill your accounts, the prop firm is keeping the money, right? And the more accounts you buy, the more money you give to the prop firm, right? And not like I said, not everyone gets payouts, so the firm doesn't have to pay you out, right? Because obviously you haven't gotten the payout, but they're keeping the money. So firms are pretty profitable, all right? But for the people that do get the payouts, simply all that the firm is doing is they're paying you with their money, all right? And that's pretty much it. So they take money. So in order for the firm to not have any risk on their money at all, they keep the accounts simulated. So if they give you like say for example you pass an eval and they give you a real life 50K account, if you lose that money, they're losing X amount of money on that $50,000 on those $50,000. You know what I mean? And they don't want that because they know that you're probably gonna lose that account either way. You know what I mean? Because you don't care because you paid less than $200, but you know what I mean. Them on the other hand, they have a lot of risk behind it, right? So how do you take off that risk? You keep it simulated, and that's about it. No, it's not a Ponzi scheme. You just gotta know what you're doing. You know what I mean? You can't get into trading, not know what you're doing, lose money, and call it a Ponzi scheme. You know what I mean? Obviously, they're going to pay you out, but you just got to do it correctly. Let me see. Top Step makes hundreds of millions. Yeah, exactly. So if they see consistency in your account, if they see that you know what you're doing, obviously they'll move you to a live account because they see the possibility in you making real money with them. Is ES following each other currently? They should be. Yeah, they pretty much are. Right now, it is chopping up a little bit. It is getting a little bit slow here. So if we do have to trade the PM session, I will do it. But so far, I don't really like anything in the market just yet. Yo, did you still blow your phone this after you got a pay? Yeah, bro. Everyone, bro, Diego, I don't want you to think of me as like some. I mean, I lose, bro. Everyone does. No. What time is PM session UK time? Okay, look. There's no time for PM session. It's whenever I get off the live right now for anytime I get off. Whenever I see a trade, I consider it the PM session. So if I see a trade at 12, that's a PM session. If I see a trade at 1, 2, 3, or 4, that's a PM session trade. So anytime I say, guys, I'm gonna come back for the PM session, it just means I'm gonna take a break off the charts, off the live. Since there's not much for me to really give out and put out or anything. And whenever I see a setup, I'll just come back on. That's pretty much what it means. Yeah, pretty much. Mush avec. I'm gonna call you that. I think that's what your name is. But yeah, I agree with you. I have a question, bro. Don't be sorry, bro. Don't be sorry. So in a PA account, if you're doing 5 contracts and you're looking at $200, $300 profit per day, once you lock in the 1K and then you'll size more, like 6. I'll do 7. Am I right? Yes, you are right, but I'll do 7 instead of 6. Yeah. So far, the market is slowing down a little bit. We are approaching lunch hour in about an hour from now, so I don't know how slow it wants to be. But like I said, I kind of don't want to take any trades until I see this Asia high get taken out, which we could definitely see it during the PM session for sure. We're not too far away from it. We're like 70 points away, 80, yeah, 80-ish points away. That's one pretty good candle there, and we go from there. Yo, bro, real question: 100-minute one gorilla, dude. Honestly, bro, the gorilla got it for sure. Gary, what do you say, bro? I mean, bro, think about it, bro. Think of a fully raged gorilla, mad as fuck, probably hungry, versus 100 men. Come on now. What? One, yeah, we're talking. We're not talking like a small one, a baby. No, we're talking a big mad one, bro. Yeah, bro. Dude, one little swipe right there. You know what I mean? With you know what I mean? Like a power swipe or whatever. Yeah, literally, bro. And you're out, bro. You're knocked out. Yeah, no, the gorilla has it, dude. Every time I open up Twitter, the first thing I see is the gorilla thing. Nah, bro. It was. Wait, what? This question? I don't know. I don't know actually. Oh, Profit Island. Yes. I'm gonna answer that for him. Yes. You're acting like our ancestors are fine. Well, compare them to us, bro. We're nothing. There's only y'all fighting, bro. Dude, have you seen those gorilla couches on TikTok? Dude, look, hold on. Dude, dude, I promise you, bro. If I ever move out and I move out by myself, bro, look at the chat, bro. Dude, look at this, bro. Bro, but it's like fuzzy, bro. Think about it. It's from Wayfair. Out of every place you can buy from, why Wayfair? LV furniture collection. There's no way this is the LV that we're thinking about, right? Is that the logo? No, it's not. I was about to, dude. Imagine LV is selling a fucking gorilla couch. That'll be crazy, bro. Look at the pump. Ah, not bad, not bad. We saw him taking out the Asia high, so yeah. Dude, I saw. You know, I was watching a video of some guy like buying the first ad that he saw, and actually he got a gorilla ad. He bought one of these inflatable ones, and he said it was super uncomfortable, but it did look really cool. Like, bro, it literally inflates. So it like the packaging comes in a massive box, and you open the box, and it's just like a gorilla head, and you plug it into the little vacuum thing, and it starts growing abs and everything. Bro, it's fucking hilarious. Like gorilla inflatable luxury. Do people actually buy this? Dude, that's 4 out of 5 stars, bro. Bro, that's fucking crazy, bro. Bro, that's Loki fire, bro. What? Bro, Carby, look at the chat, bro. A rhino couch. Is that a rhino? That's a hippo, right? Yeah, that's a hippo. Dude, that's Loki fire, bro. Alright, bro. Rhino. I mean, bro, same thing. Just without the horn. But yeah, hopefully we're able to see these. Oh, wait. Yes, about to take out the high. Finally. Hopefully NQ could take it out as well. Yo, you know, I used to have one of those bets as a kid. It would be Lightning McQueen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dude, it was so fire, bro. The McQueen beds, bro. Nah, bro, if I ever have a kid and it's a boy, he's getting that bed, bro. For sure. Dude, that bed makes memories, bro. I thought you stepped on the floor with roaches. No. That's looking hard, bro. What? Also had like, bro, I feel like we all had it, bro. If you're a guy in here, you probably had it. The McQueen bed. You know what I'm talking about? Or no? Piffy. Bro. Not for real. I mean, at least I'm not the only one, bro. What do you have after Asia? Absolutely nothing. There's nothing until like 20,044. Yeah. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Asia is like my last level. I want to make sure that we take out this Asia high. That picture's scary. No, it's not, bro. Beat that ass, bro. Dude, what do you think AI's gonna be like in like 5 years from now, bro? It's gonna be scary, bro. Like I'm seeing the videos now; they're actually getting really real. Because back then the videos would be like super like morphed and like mutated. But now like it's getting so much better, bro. But as the months go, imagine as the years go. He's being around, bro. I mean, there's not much to talk about, bro. We're just waiting on one thing here and one thing only. Now, if we do end up taking this, what can we take the inverse off of? Maybe the 50-minute. If but it closes in a minute, I doubt we see anything in the next minute or so. Is it 14, 16 points? Actually, not a bad gap here. Hopefully, we can take out the high in this candle right here. That'll be nearly perfect. But I don't know. Just today, ES has a lot more volume than in both directions. All right, let's see. Hopefully, we can close this as a full candle here in the next 30 seconds. Bro, Krabby, look at the chat, bro. Okay, Krabby. Yeah, are you there? Are you there? Dude, okay. You're gonna say who out of all of us would have this bet. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Lanto. Doesn't Monday's high make more sense? Actually, wait. I didn't even know we had this high. Oh wait, no. NQ doesn't have that high. That's why. Yeah, NQ doesn't have the high. But ES has a double top here, which we just tapped into. But yeah. Dude, what would you do, bro? 631. Yeah, I know. I have it marked out right here. 631. That's what we're waiting on. ES already took out the high. We just need to make sure that NQ takes it out as well, so we can be as bearish as possible. I'm just watching TikTok. I kind of just have him playing here in the background. Dude, shut up. I've been talking straight for an hour and a half without stopping, bro. Like, no one's asking questions. Is like, I don't know what to do now. By the way, Heatless, congrats on passing your accounts, bro. I just saw it in the chat. Probably without me even knowing, yeah. Can you pass Apex in one day? Yeah, you can. Yeah. You could just tell the type of dude Blast is by the reels he likes, bro. Like what? Dude, no, I didn't. That's photoshopped. Okay. Class, how to understand the continuation verse or inverse? I explained it in these videos right here. So go over to the server, go to YouTube videos, and then I explain it in this video. Actually, in these 3 videos right here, these first 3 videos that you see, which will be the bias, the fair value gap one, and this one right here. I explain everything, whether it's IFEG or continuation model or how to find the bias, all that stuff. It's all here. All right, so it's under the YouTube channels or the YouTube videos tab. You, David, on an Apex PA account, when do you think is the best time / amount? Maybe you take that kind of request payout. The sooner the better. The sooner the better. I mean, remember, the whole point of a prop firm is to make money out of it. Don't bag hold these accounts. Just whenever you get the money, just take it. Are you just trading the fair value gap pullbacks? Oh wait. Oh my god. Why are we selling off? Well, to be fair, we did take out the sweep. It's just I'm really hoping we're able to hold down this 50-minute fair value gap because it's what I want to take. Although NQ hasn't taken anything out, in a way, ES is leading today. So we can definitely expect a sell off. But oh my, holy rip, holy dump here. Okay, well if anything, we can work off the 5 minute instead, I guess, which could be this one down here. But yeah, well, rip the 15-minute gap here. But yeah, why is the selling picking up so much here? Or the volume at least. I mean, we know why we're selling off. We took out the double top right here. Beautiful sweep. Um, just no entry yet. We had one in the 15-minute, just couldn't hold. But if anything, we can always use this 5 minute instead. It'll be like the second, the plan B behind it, and then we'll just look to target. We need at least 10 points today. I was just hoping that NQ could also take out these levels of liquidity as well, so we don't have to worry about it, because this could just simply be a pullback in the market and we go higher. You know what I mean? Although ES is leading, NQ does have that little extra room to the upside that we can still take out at 631 before we go any lower. So, 6 points. I don't have a setup yet, bro, so I wouldn't know. Are you only trading top step now? No. I'm doing two firms. Dude, BO3 came out 10 years. Oh, today, damn. Oh, that was an SMT? Yeah, well, in a way, because ES did end up taking out a level of liquidity when NQ hasn't, not even the London high. So technically, this could just simply just be a little pullback in the market and nothing more. Because if NQ wants to lead a little bit, we still do have a little bit more room for higher, about 50-ish points or so. But we could definitely start expecting a rejection now that we took out this double top up here on ES. I would much rather have to take the trade on ES than NQ. NQ on the other hand doesn't look the best. With levels and the setups and the price and all that stuff. Are copy trading across two firms? Yeah, no, I'm doing them separately. I was gonna do Trade Syncer, but a lot of you guys were telling me not to use it because apparently it's really, really bad. Because they're in the beta phase or whatever, so they're still like working on it and all that stuff. So I'll probably just avoid it for now. My daughter told me she wants to learn the markets. Any advice to show her? Since you did, honestly, the sooner you can get her into it, the better. Obviously, start her off with paper money, and just let her get screen time. I mean, obviously, try to show her around videos and all that stuff about the strat and other strats that could possibly work. But the more screen time you have in the markets, the better. So if she's, at a young age, like how I did, the sooner the better, pretty much. Should we place limit orders on yes? Not yet. Not yet. Remember, we're still waiting for the market to kind of give us something to work with. All right. And we need to make sure that this is not just a little pullback in the market, because obviously we know that NQ, on the other hand, still has a little bit more room for higher. So we need to make sure that the bias is as bearish as possible. All right. Now, like I said, I would rather wait a little bit longer till we take out these two highs up here to then sell off rather than take the selling right now, which could still work. Don't get me wrong. It's just, it wouldn't look as good as if we took out the NQ high. Putting my grandma onto day trading? Fire, bro. I feel like everything out there is too complicated for her. She's only 8. I mean, dude, same way if I was 30 years old and I go into the market, it's gonna be complicated. You know what I mean? It takes time and practice. I don't know if 8 years old is too soon to get into the markets, um, even with practicing. But I mean, shit, who knows? I don't know what to tell you. I started at 15 and I did just fine. So I feel like 8 years old is too little, but I don't know. I mean, she can always become an 11-year-old millionaire. Who knows? Yeah. Honestly, I kind of regret. Now, if she's saying that she wants to get into it and maybe it's her passion or something, what I mean, I would. Why not? You know what I mean? If I don't know, bro. I mean, people have their interests. You know what I mean? 8 years old, bro. 8-year-olds now are like way more different than 8-year-olds back then, bro. Have her paper trade? Yeah, but that's not the problem. The problem is not the money. It's is she's smart enough to actually understand what's going on with screen time, or you know what I mean? That's the real question. Locked and loaded? Yes, sir, bro. Congrats. Congrats. My 3-year-old uses yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, trust like from what I've seen from family members and everything, the 8-year-olds now is completely different. If anything, they're probably smarter than all of us in here. You know what I mean? Fun question while we wait for a setup. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Shit, I don't know. Speak for yourself. All right, bro. Hold on, let me type it up here. What else? What else? What else? What do you think about the idea of trading just drawn liquidity sweeps from Asia session highs and lows, and then just the fair value gap pullbacks? Well, you could do that. It's just the trades won't really be as consistent because obviously you don't really have an entry model. All right, so things like right now could happen, right? So you get a sorry, I'm just getting a little bit of hiccup here. You can get candles where we sell off one candle and the next one pulls back, right? You can get stopped out like that. Are you smarter than a 50-year-old? Dude, I don't think you were on stream yesterday. I literally pulled up the calculator to do what $1,888 minus 100 I mean, what's $1,888 minus $1,500. I am dumb as hell, bro. I am, yeah, I'm stupid. I am not passing that thing, bro. You could literally put me on the SAT score, bro. I put C on everything. Yeah. Look, I'm dumb because I choose to be. I promise you. I promise you. I could be smart if I want to. I just choose not to. Low key, yeah. Yeah. If David can make it in he said if David can make it in trading, everyone can. Yeah, but I'm saying maybe we should not trade internal DOL sweeps. We're not. We're not. That's why do you think we've been waiting all day for this DOL sweep right here? Yeah, so far we are selling off a little bit more, so that's a pretty good sign. Hopefully we're able to get this 5-minute inversion down here with enough selling pressure by then. Oh shit, I'm just dropping my water bottle. You're not worried about the fair value gap below? We could target it. That's exactly because remember, all we need is 10 points on ES. So until the fair value gap, that'll be about 6 points. And we already filled most of the fair value gap, so we would look to be targeting this low down here for about 15 points. So I would say it's pretty reasonable, especially with the selling coming in really strong. We should be good. All right, remember, all we need today, guys, is a 10-point trade on ES. That's kind of all I asked for. Now let me see something right here. 33 points. Ah, okay, not bad. So yeah, both ES and NQ have that room for lower. The thing is NQ doesn't have that DOL sweep, so I'll probably have to take it on ES. It just looks a little bit better. Do you always take your entries off the 5-minute or 1 minute? I do the 5-minute. I don't really open the 1 minute too often. So sizing 3 minutes? Yes. All right, guys, I'll be back. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Hold up. I am back, and we have not moved a single penny. I'm back. Hair flat. Wait, what? Bro. Can you do a door giveaway? Bro, I am not KSI, bro. You haven't seen it? Bro, I think KSI was doing like the make me laugh and win money challenge. And someone's like, oh, I don't want money. I want a door. And KSI got super mad. And it just sparked up. He's like, what do you want with the door? Yeah. Okay, if this is a winning trade, bro, I might just eat sushi. Dude, I only eat on winning days, bro. Maybe just set a limit order, enjoy the day. Well, I gotta manage it for 600 people, so it's no, I can't really do that. I'd stay on live. I mean, you could do that. You would know the entry, which would be below this. Wait. Oh shit! I didn't realize. ES has a fair value gap right below it. Well, let me move my entry all the way down here. In what sense? Like in music? Well, I don't know. You gotta be more specific. Mm, no, I'm not gonna say Drake. Let me see. Hold on. No, dude, Kendrick is so ass, bro. Like, um, no, I don't listen to Logic. He has like a few good songs, but not something that like I'll blast with the windows down. V's? No. It's some guy. He has like a super raspy voice. Hell no. Hell no. Dude, I find him annoying. Dude, who is what the? I'm looking through like my playlist. I don't have anything here. Fuck no. Dude, all he sings about is like buns, bro. Like literally buns, bro. Sexy red? Alright, bro. Hell no. Yo, have you seen that video? It's like, yo, do you guys want the DDG unreleased? Dude, no one wants that shit, bro. He has like the same 10 songs, bro. Just slow down. Yeah, yeah. Dude, is he with that girl Wendy? Or is like a collab and that's it? I don't know. Definitely not Kai. Definitely not Aiden. I find them so boring, bro. I'm sorry. Dude, I would say Speed, bro. Speed is doing really fucking good with streaming, bro. Lacey was up there, but bro, he just got annoying after a while. Like it just got really like repetitive. What's that Ice Poseidon? Dude, what's his name? Queso? I think it's K with a K. Queso. I think that's how you pronounce it. Dude, all he does is play games. I don't find anything entertaining in that. Dude, Krabby, you know who I have yet to meet in my life? People that spam W's in like big streamers chats, bro. Dude, that is so bro. And there starts the W's. No, 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 but not like that. Like big streamers. He's like, I don't know how to explain it, bro. All right, bro. Look at the chat. The GG's the chat, bro. We actually NQ might inverse his Ferrari Cup. The thing is, NQ doesn't have that dual sweep. Ugh. It's a lot of W's. Yep. Okay, guys. I think we get the point, bro. Anyways, dude, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to wait for that 15-minute inverse or these 2 5 minutes for Valley Cups. Just take. Yeah, I am going to be trading ES. ES just looks way better. It makes more sense to take it. But yeah. But yeah, bro, favorite streamer has to be Speed. I don't even watch him like that. I just the clips that I see of him on TikTok, they're pretty funny. But like, bro, you see Lacey, you see Ron, bro. It's like I just find them annoying. They were funny. They were funny at first, but it's still the same shit now. Dude, what's that other guy's name? From FaZe is like what Silky, I think. The guy that wears the mask. Yeah, he wears like some COVID mask. I think his name is Silky, right? Silky, dude. Apparently, no one likes him. Like every time I see like a Silky clip on TikTok, everyone's like, "Oh, bro, he's so annoying." People like him. I don't know. I mean, I kind of just watch the streams from TikTok. I just watch clips. I'll see like a funny Lacey clip like every once in a blue moon. Bro, dude, I'm watching this one gambler on TikTok and he lost $50,000 and he said, "Guys, it's time to get even or get even worse." Bro, that's a pretty good strat. That's pretty reasonable. Get even or get even worse. I like that. I like that. We can use that towards our trading. Yeah, we're getting what I want to see. But no entries. I just don't get dude. Okay, look. One content piece that I literally hate that I see on Instagram a lot. And look, I don't know if you guys do it or some people might do it here if you guys are mad at me, but bro, anytime I see anyone with those like meta glasses like trying to talk to a girl, dude, I find them really annoying, bro. I hate it, bro. Maybe I'm just like being a hater or whatever. Bro, I find it so annoying, bro. Because Alex, when you join the server, it's the first thing you sign. It's like a disclaimer. You have to sign it before you actually get into the server. When I'm actually signed, crappy, bro. But yeah, have you ever seen them on Instagram? Do you know who I'm talking about? It's like these people with the meta glasses. They go up to girls and they try I promise you, like 95% of the time, or maybe even like 99% of the time, they look uncomfortable. And most of the time, they don't even know they're being recorded, bro. So it's just weird. I don't know. I find that shit like, yeah, yep, yeah. Dude, you go to downtown, and I promise you, you'll never see like everyone has BBLs, bro. Everyone is in a rented car, dude. In downtown, C8s are like more common than like Toyotas. I promise you, bro. Every time I go downtown to like go eat or whatever, it's C8 here, C8 there, C8 here, C8 there. It's, yeah, GTA server, pretty much, bro. Pretty much. You're gonna see more supercars than anything. It's like Urus is everywhere. And what's the next car you want? Definitely a Huracan. 100 million% Huracan. No, no, no. What do you mean? No, no. Huracan, bro. Huracan is fire. That's not, bro. Who do you think I am, bro? I don't make that much money, bro. What other business are you in? I'm in affiliate marketing right now, and that's pretty much it. Everything for me just relies around the markets. What's a BBL? Pretty much a girl that does her ass, pretty much. Like, that's as straight up to the point as I could put it. A girl that, I'm pretty sure the way it works is you get fat cells from, like, let's say, for example, you're fat or like chubby or whatever. You get the fat cells. So anytime you eat, I guess it goes into those fat cells that makes you like obviously gain the fat. They get those fat cells and they put it in your butt. So anytime you eat, your butt gets big. I'm pretty sure, or something, or your butt gets big in general. I don't know how it works. I'm not a fucking surgeon or whatever. That's just what I've heard. I think that's how it works. Or they just insert fat from your stomach to like, or from like your what is it, your love handles or something, and they put it into your butt. Get a ZR1, bro. The base model C8 is so like good. I can't imagine how good the ZR1 is, or the Z06 or whatever it is. Yeah, but Frank, you gotta keep in mind, bro. Patrick is making most of his money from affiliate marketing, bro. He averages, I'm pretty sure, $1 million a month from affiliates. Is that what it is, Kirby? Guys. One thing I know is when Patrick had his own 90% off code, he made $700,000 in one day, in a few hours, from just everyone buying accounts from him. Do you usually do market orders? I do market orders most of the times, but I want to start doing limit orders so we all get the same fills. It's just a little bit risky because obviously we're not waiting for that really good confirmation, but it's a price to pay. You know what I mean? Oh no, he made $3 million last year. Ah, okay, makes sense. Makes sense. But that's still a lot of money, bro. You get there one day, hopefully, bro. Hopefully. Patrick as in PB trading? No, Patrick as in Patrick Werland. I think that's his name. Met him last week. I think it goes to like Cars and Coffee, and I think it's in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. So far, we're still kind of pushing up here. The 15-minute time frame still looks bullish as well. So I guess NQ. It's nowhere near the DOL either way. So we still have some time to wait, guys, for the perfect setup. Dude, no mentorship is worth $7,000 to $9,000, bro. No one has that much information on anything that's worth 10K, bro. You guys got to keep in mind. You guys got to think about it. Sometimes you guys got to think that maybe you're the method. You know what I mean? Carby, what do you think about people selling a mentorship for $7,000 to $9,000? Exactly. Think about it, guys. What is worth $10,000 in this space? That's not even guaranteed. Keep that in mind. It's not even guaranteed. All right, you guys got to think. Sometimes you're the method. It's how it works. Right? Sometimes you see this guy with a million cars, a bunch of money, blah blah blah, dream life, blah 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 blah, and you look at his bio and his guys learn from me with this course. Right? Think about it like that sometimes. Dude, that's like one lawsuit away from like losing everything. What's the most you've seen someone selling a course for? I don't know. I think 10K, right? I'm saying right as if you guys know. I think 10K. I think 10K. I don't think anything is worth that much. What are the odds of you not taking out the highs? We don't know. We don't know. We gotta wait. We gotta wait and see. But yeah, it's probably gonna be a PM session type day today. By the way, let me ask you guys in the chat. Now that I have a lot of you guys in here, how do you guys feel about the idea of okay? So you guys know, off open, I was pretty much telling you guys that I want to start filtering out some of my trades and doing less, right? And I'm going to start doing that whether you guys want it or not. I just feel like it's just way better for everyone. So how do you guys think about that? Like, how do you guys feel about? Yeah, quality over quantity, exactly. And what is the sell off? We are getting some sell off here. I don't know if news came out or something, but wow, okay, 9 point candle right there. A plus only? Oh, okay, perfect. I don't know where this selling came from. I don't think any type of news came out, but so far nothing yet. No, that's a whole nother thing. That's to get access to the videos, to his videos, not to the mentorship. That's a whole nother thing. Yeah. Why didn't we take the morning inverse longs when it would it have been a win? Well, we haven't taken anything to the downside, so we don't really have a reading as to why the market wants to go up. So yeah. But yeah, hindsight, it does look good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like 5K. Which Discord chat are you talking to? I'm talking to mine. Christopher. I'm talking to this one right here. We have about 500 people tuning in, and we're just reading everything here. Hindsight is 2020. Exactly. I think higher quality just messes with your mindset in the long run. Oh, quantity. I was about to say. Yeah, that's pretty much what it's been lately. But yeah. Let's see. Sam Millsap be talking shit about trading and then goes charging 10K for a mentorship. Yeah, I literally told you guys yesterday. He posted a video saying, "Oh, guys, don't even bother thinking about wasting your time on building a skill around trading when you could just sell a high value course and make money from customers." And like, bro, like, do you not feel embarrassed saying that? You know what I mean? Like, we're the reason he's rich. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? You can sell your brand. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with it. I sell my brand. Krabby sells his brand. There's nothing wrong with it. But don't try talking down on someone else's, like someone is saying that his career is pretty good with trading and you're talking down on it. You know what I mean? And bro, dude, everyone in the comments was putting I personally put the course in the bag, as a joke in the comments. And I looked and he took down the video like 2 hours later. So I guess some people were hating on it. I mean, if you're hating on a career, why wouldn't people hate back on you? You know what I mean? Especially when you're known to be making money off only selling. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. Do you know this guy? Sam? I don't know him myself. No, I've seen him on YouTube, yeah, or I mean on TikTok, but that's about it. So NQ's, I think NQ's starting to show a little bit more weakness to the downside here on the 5 minute time frame. So hopefully ES is able to kind of inverse this fair value gap here, so we can take shorts. So we'll see how that goes. Probably stick to there's like 6 points there. I just want to see. I'll be happy with 10 points. That's all I want. I just want to get these XFAs ready so we can get that payout by next week, guys. Limit or market? I want to do limit. What do you size on ES? I'm going to do 3 minis with my combines, but usually I do 2 minis. But let's see. NQ's about to get this inverse right here with very nice selling, in fact. But we just need to make sure that ES is able to kind of sell here, because obviously we're looking at ES mainly because ES is the one that has the sweep, and a little bit more control over in the market. When NQ, on the other hand, kind of doesn't have anything. So it kind of gives you the worry. Bless, are you in? Bro, don't start now, bro. But yeah, we'll see what we can cook up here. But yeah, today I'm gonna be looking to take ES instead. It just looks a little bit better. Yeah, stop, limit, same thing. How do I set limit orders on TopStep? From what I've learned from some mistakes, you pretty much just do it like this. So let's say, for example, we want to enter on ES on the 5-minute time frame, which would be right here. We place a fair value gap right here. All you have to do is just right click where you want to get in, which would be like this over at like 543. And where it says sell stop, you just click sell stop at whatever you want to buy it at. How many contracts, and that's it. And we just finished inversing this 5-minute fair value gap. So I want to make sure that we invest the next 5-minute fair value gap to target these lows right down here. Are you doing minis or micros? I'm doing minis. Now, one thing that could worry me a little bit is we do have liquidity here, which will be only 7 points, which will get us very, very close to that payout goal. But we need 10 points to actually pass the accounts. So hopefully we're able to sell below this IFG and go just a tiny bit below 336 into like 333, and we should have our accounts passed. All right, but obviously we need to make sure that we have very good selling coming in. So far, it's looking pretty decent, but obviously not enough for us to actually get the inverse. All right, and NQ on the other hand, it did end up inversing this fair value gap, so technically we should have a little bit more room for lower. I just want to make sure that we have everything lined up pretty good here. Because remember, guys, we need to make sure that we get the most perfect entry so we can get, obviously, these accounts passed. All right, so today's a big day. Today's a big day. And then let me do the math here because I want to be risking about 5 points. So if we have a 5-point stop loss, that would be a $750 loss, which honestly I'm pretty fine with doing. Right now, if we do 6, I'm pretty sure I'll be like what, like 900? Yeah, $900 of a loss. Honestly, I'm a little bit more down for 6. It'll just give us more room to breathe. But yeah, so far we are currently bouncing off of the gap. So far nothing yet. So far nothing yet. Can you go over how to set limit? I just did. You pretty much go on TopStep. You right click anywhere that you would want to enter, and then you just click sell stop or limit buy or whatever, and then that's it. You know what I mean? Whenever price breaks below it or above it, you pretty much get the entry. But we are getting a push up here, so why, you could be asking me? I'm not too sure. What about Apex Summit? Same way. Is your discount? For shorts, your limit sell price will only work if price higher than the. Well, yeah, same thing. So stop sell. It would be, but you guys trying to get what I'm trying to say. Yo, nothing, bro. Nothing yet. Remember, if it's a green trade, I eat. If it's a red trade, I don't eat for today. You think I'm kidding too? I think we all do. I say Yanni X Trader. It's actually very rare to see the guys who doesn't live stream very relevant and popular. Oh, were you trying? Oh, let me word it for you better. I get what you're saying. And I kind of agree, but it's gurus out there. But what if we don't get a trade? On to tomorrow. They'll be chopped right now? Yeah, a little bit, bro. A little bit. But like I said, I'm fine waiting it out. I'm just making sure that we get the most perfect setup that we possibly could. Because I want to make sure that we pass these accounts either today or tomorrow without a single loss. But in the meantime, we kind of have to wait it out. So it's all patience. At what time would you guys want to come back for the PM session? By the way, would you guys want to call it at 12 and then we come back at like 1 or something? Or whenever the market picks up, or stay on? Dude, I'm tired, bro. 12 PM, we come back? Yeah, live, of course, of course. I have to do this challenge live. I mean, that's what I promised you guys. Are you doing, what do you mean? What do you mean, Dave? For the PM session, what time did you come back? I don't have a set time that I come back. It's just whenever a setup comes up, I'll just take it with you guys live. Is this the second day? Yes. We are currently 50% done with all 4 accounts. So last night I took a trade on a brand new account just because I was testing it out. You know, I saw setup, whatever. So I'm currently up $1,500 on one of the accounts. But it's pretty much halfway done. And the 3 accounts that we traded yesterday, they are also halfway done. So today I was trying to make 1.4K, but we haven't had a single perfect setup that I've been liking myself. So there's not much here that we can really take to pass these accounts just yet. So we're just waiting on it. All right, but it's all about patience. It's all about patience. All right. I'll call it at 12. I'm gonna give the market some more time to do its own thing, and then, I mean, depending on whatever happens. A part of me wants to say that we still have room for higher into this Asia high, and I don't want to take anything until we see it. That's the thing. But we'll see, man. We'll see. No more sell limit. Well, we don't have the selling coming in that we like to really place the limits just yet, so we don't feel confident in taking the limits. But once the market gives all of the confirmations and everything that we like, we'll go ahead and take it. All right. Dude, if it's from what is it called, Olive Garden, dude, it's so fire. Olive Garden is like one of those spots where you would think it's not the best, but it's actually super good, bro. Do you even have that over there in Canada? Oh, fire. Yeah, bro, get that. Are you Italian? I am. What? What are you talking about? The chicken and shrimp carbonara is better. I've never tried that. Olive Garden's booty? Nah, it's pretty good, bro. It's pretty good. So you're Italian and Cuban? I am, yes. But that fast? Damn, bro. What is you're doing? 80-point stop loss risking 100K? What the hell? I saw on his Instagram that he got stopped at break even. So I don't know. I don't know if he made I don't know how much money you made off that. What? Obviously. I always do that. Whenever I have like a small guilty purchase, I do it with cash and it's like I never paid for it. Dude, I'm looking getting super tired, bro. Are you still chewing that gum? I am, but it's dying down a little bit. What time do you go to bed at night? Like 2, 3 in the morning. The thing is, I sleep during the daytime. So after I finish trading, whatever time it is, or if I take like a little break off the charts for like an hour or two, I take a nap, and I feel a lot more energized. Dude, this market is so slow, bro. I was hoping for a market like yesterday, but it's a little choppy here. I don't want to force anything out that's like even just barely questionable. What time was this at? 10:20. Oh, okay, nothing. Yeah. I might just come my PM session, honestly. They don't have a setup, we don't have a monitor, we don't have a read, we don't have anything. And NQ still has this high to that I wanted to take out before me actually being super bearish into these lows down here. Yeah, I might just do that. All right, guys, I'll come back later for the PM session. So we can take the trade for the PA for the top step. You guys know we are 50% done with these accounts. But it's just the market's not giving us anything right now that I'm really liking, that I'm confident in pretty much doing 3 minis on. So I do want to take shorts below 543. It's just I don't see anything that I'm liking just yet towards the selling pressure that's making me want to enter right now. All right, yes, I will be streaming the accounts. I have to. That's why I've been promoting. All right, so yeah, if I do come back PM session, if I do see a trade, it would 100% be on live. All right, guys. But yeah, for now, I'm just gonna get off. Honestly, just gonna take a little break off the screen. come back feeling a little bit more refreshed in about like an hour or two, or whenever the market picks up, and then we'll just go from there. We'll pick it up there. All right, guys. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit then. All right, hopefully the market picks up so we can see the live. If not, we'll be back tomorrow. All right, guys. All right, I'll see you guys later then. Peace out, Krabby. Peace out, chat. Peace out, guys. And YouTube, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm going to see if I go live later on YouTube so you guys can obviously see the progress on these accounts. We are still halfway done. No trades taken as of yet for today. Obviously, the market hasn't really given us much. It's pretty choppy today, so we're avoiding this. We're avoiding some unnecessary losses that we don't need to be taking. And yeah. All right, guys, but I'll see if I go live later. If not, I'll update you guys. If we do end up getting a trade and I don't go live on YouTube, I'll update you guys tomorrow morning on exactly how this challenge went. Now, if you guys do want to get access to zero delay live trading because YouTube is delayed by 5 minutes, then guys, click the first link in the description and use code challenge for 60% off any premium upgrade, which will give you access to the live trading, to the full challenge with no delay, and real-time alerts and a bunch of education that you guys might need behind my strategy. All right, guys. And at the same time, guys, the 80% off Apex any funded account discount is ending tomorrow. So if you guys do want to take advantage of that, it is code Blastoise for 80% off any funded account on Apex. All right, guys. But I'm going to go ahead and get off, take a little break off the charts, see what the market gives us for the PM session. And I'm going to go ahead and post my trades there. All right, guys. Peace out, guys. Peace.